Alright, now in version 1.1, we all know we're receiving 4 brand new characters, but there are 2 that are the most highly anticipated out of the bunch, and that is Zhongli and the boy Childe, also known as Tartaglia. Now, I thought this would be the perfect time to provide you this video today because I know there are some individuals who are on the fence that don't know who to pull for, whether they should pull for Zhongli or whether they should pull for Childe. Now, if you have a favorite, let's say Zhongli's your favorite, that's who you pull for. That is the short and long of it, that's who you go for. Or if Childe's your favorite, that's who you go for, you pull for Childe. But if you don't know, if you like them both equally, then hopefully this video helps you out today, as we'll be speaking about certain things like elemental resonance, characters that are in the game already, their respective elemental types, and things of that nature. So we'll be going over some objective facts, and I'll go ahead and sprinkle in some of my subjective bias, not to necessarily persuade you, but to help give you a more informed decision. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you do, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, you like Genshin Impact, go ahead and consider subscribing as well. But let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So we have Zhongli, who we all know is a Geo polearm user, and we have Childe, who is a Hydro bow user. They both look fantastic, and I think they're both going to be extremely good characters. The first thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about is their respective elemental types. So let's go ahead and talk about Zhongli first. What we have in the game already is Ningguang and Noelle as geotypes, the only 2 geotypes, and the MC, the Traveler as well, being the only geotypes in the game until Zhongli drops. Now, if we take a look at Noelle and Ningguang first, they're both absolutely fantastic characters. They both offer very unique abilities, as well as they both do tremendous amount of damage. No questions about it. Now, with Noelle, I feel like you need to get considerable amount of dupes into her as far as constellations before she becomes that OP character that you see on YouTube. Same with Ningguang, as I feel like she's going to need that. Of course, that's pretty staple for all and most characters, the constellations, but those 2 specifically, I believe, really need it for them to really output that type of OP-ness that they show. With the Traveler or the MC, the Geo archetype for him is not one that you utilize all that often, as I believe it's inferior to the Anemo typing, but it is useful to unlock puzzles and things of that nature. Now, because those are the only 3 characters in the Geo elemental typing, I think that really makes Zhongli extremely valuable. Now, Ningguang and Noelle are both extremely good characters, but I think Zhongli will really help to bolster not only the typing, but if you obtain them on your account, to give you an extremely strong Geo character if you haven't built those 2 up just yet. Now, if we speak about the elemental resonance for the Geotype, it's actually not a bad one at all. So if we take a look at the Geo elemental resonance, if you have 2 of them on your team, you do have the Enduring Rock, which increases resistance to interruption, which is absolutely fantastic, and when protected by a shield, increases attack damage by 15%. That'll allow your characters to hit harder. So that is really, really good, and I actually enjoy that. So having 2 Geo characters on the team is not bad at all, and something that can actually benefit you. Now, if we take a look at the boy Childe, of course, being a Hydro bow users, if we take a look at the Hydro elemental type, we have Mona, we have Barbara. I drew a blank there for a second. We have Barbara, and we also have Shinchi as the Hydro types for what we have in the game already right now. Now, they are all really good characters in their own right. I wouldn't say they're, highly DPS oriented like the Geotyping with Ningguang and Noelle, but they do offer great supporting capabilities. Barbara with the healing, of course, Mona with how she helps the team out just in general to get a lot of elemental reactions off, and she can actually hit pretty hard herself if you build her the right way. And then Shinchi, if you have some dupes into him in the constellations, can become pretty OP as well. So these characters have potential, and they have a lot of supporting capabilities, and it's just a really good typing to just have overall because of the way it synergizes with team comps that you can put together. So Hydro's always going to be good, and Childe, I think, is going to be a fantastic addition to the Hydro typing, as I believe he's not only going to be a very strong character, but also a very good supporting character for your team. Now, if we take a look at the elemental resonance for Hydro, I don't believe it's as good as Geo in my opinion, but it's still a pretty good one. So the soothing water, affected by pyro for 40% less time, increases incoming healing by 30%. Really good. If you have 2 Hydros on the team or more, you're going to be able to go ahead and take advantage of that. Not bad at all, but like I mentioned, I think the Geo is just a little more beneficial in my opinion, having that increased resistance to interruption and then having that increased attack damage. I think it's just a little more beneficial. But the healing is nice, and that pyro is a bit situational, but it can come into play from time to time if you're fighting certain bosses or going up against certain enemies, as pyro enemies are pretty abundant in the game, I would say. So that is the elemental resonance, and that is the actual characters that we have in the game for their respective typings. So if you're asking my opinion on, just based off of, you know, those 2 pieces of information, who is looking to be a little more enticing, in my opinion, I believe it's Zhongli, just because of the elemental resonance, just because the Geo elemental typing is not that deep, and because I believe he's just going to be a little more beneficial for the Geo typing, more than Childe is going to be for the Hydro typing, right? So I believe that is the reason why Zhongli is a little more appealing in my opinion. Now, if we talk about their skills and what they're bringing to the table, now we don't have full details on their skills, constellations, so that can all change things once that drops. But if we just go off of what we've seen gameplay wise, Zhongli is looking really strong with being able to petrify enemies, even large enemies, and being able to break shields, albeit small shields for now, but I don't know if that's going to translate to large shields. It may not, but just being able to do that alone is really nice. His mining capability, probably being one of the best miners in the game, is looking really great as well. And being a polearm user is really good also for the length, his quick attacks, and things of that nature. So Zhongli is looking to be extremely strong just based off of gameplay that we've seen. But don't get me wrong, Childe is looking to be extremely strong with his gameplay as well. His ability to be able to change stances and go from range to close combat is going to be extremely valuable, and I think it's going to translate to a funner gameplay style as well, but also maybe a more advantageous gameplay style also, as you can be a range user, and then if you need to, you can get up close and be able to do some quick attacks up close, be able to change your type of stance that you have. And when he goes close combat, it seems as if he may start doing some hydro elemental damage as well, just because of the way his weapons look. So he's seeming to be a strong character also, and it looks like he may mark enemies to be able to either do more damage or to have something else proc within his kit. I'm not exactly too sure, but based off of skills alone and the gameplay that we've seen, once again, I'm leaning a little more towards Zhongli just because of what we see. Once again, once the official release happens and we can see constellations and actual elemental skills and elemental bursts, that could all change, and Childe could be, you know, head and shoulders, leagues above what Zhongli is, which I don't think is going to be the case, but it could be. We just don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So just to round off the video, just to kind of summarize what I think Zhongli is going to be the more beneficial character to go for as of right now. I may do an update video and come back and you know, revisit once we get the official skills and elemental bursts and constellations, because that could change. But right now, from what I've seen and what we have to go off of, Zhongli is just seeming to be a just very slightly stronger character, and one that you may want to just try and go for initially. Childe, once again, is looking to be extremely strong as well, but just maybe just a little below Zhongli, just based off of the type of element he's in, which I think he's going to be the best Hydro character, but Hydro is, you know, pretty beefed up with the characters that are in there already. Same with Geo. Geo's buffed up as well, but Zhongli really adds a pretty good dynamic, and it just helps the Geo typing. But I think, you know, they're both going to be, I think they're both going to be great characters at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's just who you want to go for, and that's what this game is all about. Who you find to be a funner character to use, and who you're going to have the most enjoyment with. So like I mentioned, this video wasn't necessarily to persuade you who to go for, but just to give you maybe a little more informed decision, as well as, you know, to be able to help you, you know, if you're on the fence, make a decision as well. But we'll get official information pertaining to their skills and ultimates, as well as constellations, and we'll probably revisit, like I mentioned, and see exactly what they're doing, and see, you know, who exactly is the better character. But at the end of the day, this game is all about who you enjoy using and who you're going to have the most fun playing with. So that's who you go for at the end of the day. But anyways, guys, I hope this video was slightly informative. I hope this video helped a little bit in a sense. And, you know, it's all for fun. That's what this video, I love to do videos like this where we just kind of talk and discuss characters and discuss, you know, how they're going to do in the game. These are the type of videos that I enjoy making, and I hope you enjoy watching these type of videos as well. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.